Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 2 in this series so far. Play Moonstar versus, not play, JN and Moonstar against Th000 and Infi. And Th000 and Infi really the stronger ones, obviously, as we see JN and Moonstar coming in down over here as the blue Night Elf human combination. Meanwhile, Infi, Th000 both playing as human, speed building this Altar of Kings with 3 peasants. And I am very surprised by that. I don't quite know what build he's going to be using, getting up that Altar of Kings that quickly. The Altar of Kings is going to be finished before the 40-second mark, and that does mean that there is not going to be enough gold for barracks. All right, training up more peasants here, 14 over 18. Let's take a look at what this Archmage can really do. Not very much, I would suspect. You can see that this Altar of Kings still has a little bit of ways to go, and really just about a 30-second difference in terms of that hero. So let's see, by the time 105, 106, 107, getting up that Mountain King. Archmage is already about halfway out, and if this Archmage can get to level 2, you can have a level 2 Archmage and a level 1 Mountain King coming in from this dual human army at a very, very early time. Getting that Brilliance Aura onto that Mountain King, letting those Storm Bolts fly, so to speak, is extremely powerful and can break the tempo of the game. Archmage dropping down a Water Elemental. You can see Militia already being called over here. Water Elemental is not, for some reason, joining against this giant sea turtle yet. No, we are going after the orange creep camp, the gargantuan sea turtle creep camp, and we should be seeing another Water Elemental come down here in just a moment. Militia quickly going after the giant sea turtles, as that does make the most amount of sense. You can see one giant sea turtle is going to get taken out. The gargantuan sea turtles pretty much down over here. There goes one, there goes another. For some reason, the Militia are getting focused down rather fast, as the Militia now being pulled back. Archmage going to get to level 2 extremely easily and extremely quickly. There goes another Militia. Very good micro, as the Archmage picks up a very early potion of healing. Meanwhile, the Demon Hunter now comes in as well. There is a mana burn onto the Archmage. Are we going to perhaps lose a Water Elemental? And yes, the Demon Hunter with 42 experience on the board already, ready to go toe-to-toe against this Archmage. Another mana burn now comes in. This Archmage pretty much out of mana, but does have reinforcing footmen and Militia coming back over as a Stormbolt lands onto the Mountain King, or from the Mountain King. Oh, this could be extremely bad news. Moonstar already losing his level 1 Demon Hunter. 2 minutes and 53 seconds into this game, losing that Demon Hunter is going to be a tremendous loss because of the lost experience time. Meanwhile, the Archmage is coming back over here, and it really feels like JN is the stronger player of the two between JN and Moonstar now, as Moonstar needs to just be significantly delayed. It's going to be about another another 15 to 20 seconds before that Demon Hunter pops out, and that means that he will pretty much be a full minute and 40 seconds, a minute 50 seconds behind in the entire creep race. Demon Hunter still not out yet. Meanwhile, back over here, Militia or Footmen engaging against this poor Footman off over here. We're going to see a little bit of defense and try to train this into an economic advantage, as we see 5 peasants speed building that town hall. Demon Hunter ready to rinse and repeat. Is he going to be able to do very much of anything? There is already an arcane tower there, so the Demon Hunter cannot really push forward without suffering a good amount of arcane, or a good amount of mana drain damage, down to 65 mana, as he tries and runs away again. Back off to the north, Footman and the Archmage still wandering around. You can see back over here, we can see Footman still trying to sneak on by. This is looking very, very one-sided so far. Level 2 on the Mountain King, level 2 on the Archmage versus a level 2 Archmage and a level 1 Demon Hunter. That Demon Hunter has not been able to do very much except for give some easy experience to that Archmage, as the Archmage, this Archmage in particular, is now running fully back. Demon Hunter sitting at level 1. Is it going to try and engage here? You can see that there are, in fact, Huntresses getting into position, and there you go, going after these peasants, going after the mineral or the gold mine line. trying to focus them down. The Demon Hunter unable to mana... Oh, was able to mana burn that. I thought he was actually low on mana. How did he jump back up? Or perhaps I was misreading his mana numbers, as the Demon Hunter now looks to pull off once more. Militia ready to go. Gonna go after all of these units. There they go as well. They're just gonna go ahead and take them down. You can see one giant sea turtle gonna get taken down. Another giant or gargantuan sea turtle. Now all that's left, Archmage may get to level 3 here, but the Panda is here as well alongside the Demon Hunter, so it's gonna be actually rather far, as it's not gonna get anywhere the amount of experience it needs to get that important level 3. All right, Rune of the Watcher now has been dropped. Mountain King right here. Let's take a look. Pick up the tome. Archmage is off over there as well. Finally getting up to level 3. Demon Hunter and Panda. This is so far a 2-1-1 combination. Soon to be 2-2-1. Are we going to go ahead and take it down? Yes, we are. There's 1. There's 2. And there goes the Troll Trapper once more. Meanwhile, on the other side, Th000 or Infi using his Archmage extremely effectively. Going to go after this gargantuan sea turtle. Take it out and try and grab even better consumable items. What item was left behind? Wand of Mana Stealing, and he decides to leave it behind. Is the Archmage going to get it? No, Archmage isn't going to even bother to get it, as they are now rushing forward inside of the base. All right, this could be extremely bad news. Ancient of War now trying to beat its way out of this sticky situation, but I don't believe it's going to be able to make it through. This is just bad news again, as this one tree is absolutely ready to go. All right, Archmage going up against, trying to take down the Panda. Meanwhile, back over here, same thing as well. Archmage going up against all of those footmen, trying to split the forces of his opponent, but now he has to be very careful to not get surrounded. He only has a lot of melee units. He doesn't have that many range units besides those water elementals, so getting flanked, it does become a serious issue as well. So far, the footmen are now back over here, trying to pull back. Meanwhile, this Archmage, or this Mountain King, now pulling back as well, able to force the Scroll of Town Portal, pulling all the units back here, but this still doesn't look very good at all for the blue Night Elf human team. All right, Blood Mage actually getting trapped between a rock and a hard place, or in between a barracks and a farm, so to speak. Needs to find a way out, and does so by breaking down the buildings. All right, Archmage and Mountain King. Archmage, Mountain King. Archmage here picking up a Tome of Retraining. Mountain King now down over here, also standing at level 3. Has a Talisman of Evasion and has Regeneration. Regenerating those hit points and getting stronger over time. Blood Mage being added as well, as we now see a bit of a one-sided fight. There is Dryads and Sorceresses slowing down this army. The Demon Hunter now needs to back off here. Little unbeknownst to them, you can see that there's a gargantuan sea turtle here that could have been Creepjack. Instead, Moonstar and JN just venture forward to try and take down this rather fortified position. And it looks like this fortified position may fall, but we still see a very large army off to the north that pretty much dictates what exactly this Archmage can do. Come back down over here, Archmage continuing the fight here. Mountain King getting trapped in a bit of a slow. Dryads are right there. Gonna go ahead and try to focus down this Arcane Tower, and the Arcane Tower will get taken down here in just a second, as the Demon Hunter gets off a Stormbolt, or gets a Stormbolt from the head from that Mountain King. All right, Ancient of Wonders being constructed. Is it gonna get enough mana battery strategy now coming in onto that Mountain King? Mountain King needs to get plenty of mana to really survive the upcoming fight, and to be able to just constantly throw out Stormbolts. 179 mana and growing by that Mountain King, as that Mountain King now retreats all the way back home. All right, Altar of Kings. Dryads, Priests, Sorceress, Water Elementals, Demon Hunters, all getting into position. Where are they going to go next? No towers here, no mining going on here either. 50 over 78, doesn't want to start to do so. If once he goes into low upkeep, then he may have a little bit of free time there, as we now see that there are a whole bunch of peasants off over here making their way into this very forward position. All right, here comes the army. Militia, no, not Militia, Footman now just diving in, trying to take down a Priest. Is that Priest going to be able to escape? Yes, it will. And with that Priest escaping, the Panda now gets up to level 2. So a little bit of a small battle for, or a small victory for JN, as JN needs to figure out what to do absolutely next. All right, Dryads coming into position. There's a good breath of fire across multiple units. Demon Hunter now trying to pull back as well. Siphon mana away from this Mountain King. And just constantly siphoning away that mana again. All right, where is that Archmage casting Blizzard? Oh, off to the side, down over here. Rifleman now being joined up on the attack. And are we going to be seeing exactly that? Do these Footmen have defend? I do not believe so. And all these units are just simply on the run. And it looks like one Sorceress gets taken, or one Footman gets taken down by the Teal. But there is still one more running gung-ho as the rest of the blue team now being forced to retreat. Blood Mage, Huntresses, all in position. 70 mana now we are down to for that Panda. Siphon mana on both sides. And both sides now just getting a much more mana as we are both now sitting at level 2. There is a Flame Strike, and all the units are just going to have to run through the fire and the flames if they want to get out of this potentially bad fight. All right, let's take a look over here. Sorcerers are now starting to work together. Riflemen are here as well. As the Mountain King looks to try and creep out. Oh, there is an Archmage. Archmage, is he going to perhaps get Storm Bolted? No, he will not. As the rest of the units now head off to the back to try and creep out the Ogre Lord creep camp. Here we have it. A beautiful shockwave coming down. Archmage being pulled all the way back once more. Blood Mage is up in the front. Is he siphoning mana? Yes, he is. And siphoning a lot of mana. In fact, you can see that this Ogre Magi pretty much going to be out of, or good on mana here in just a second, as there we have it. Another creep does fall. Spellbreakers now pulling back again. Riflemen and in plenty, ready to challenge this entire army, especially with no bears in sight. This army becomes much easier to just absolutely control. Moonstar now making its way over, and both sides are just continuing to push more and more. Looks as though the Riflemen are going to counter off all of those Dryads and the Huntresses as well if you are not careful. There's another Siphon mana again, as the Panda now finally down to 0 mana before he heads on home.
The town is under siege.
All right, Riflemen now coming in from over here. Where is the here is that army that I was talking about earlier. Panda needs to really regenerate some more hit points. Perhaps if he actually had Moonwells in his base, he would actually be in a good position. 49 over 54, and I don't see a single Moonwell. No, that's not a Moonwell. Have I just gone blind? All right, here we go. Riflemen now trying to engage. There's Blizzard being cast straight up on them, moving around rather slowly. And there is all those units now deciding to back off. You're still nowhere nearer in terms of finding a victor, but if I had to guess one, I would really give it to Infi and Th000. Infi and Th000 playing very well. It really feels like cold. Excuse me. All right, Squirrel Town portaling coming all the way back here, back to the main base. Blood Mage level 2, level 4 Archmage. That is a whole bunch of slow cost across all of these sorceresses, or by the sorceress onto all of these Riflemen. The Riflemen now moving significantly faster as we are looking at a bit of an engagement again, trying to take down the Gargantuan Sea Turtle. It looks like the Archmage is going to be able to do exactly that, perhaps even getting up to level 5, which makes it that much more difficult to try and steal water elemental since they have so many hit points. All right, there goes the gargantuan sea turtle. What item did he leave behind? Pure up to vitality and a manual of health. All both very good items there as the army now makes its way down. All right, there goes a priest. Spellbreakers are in position. Perhaps the blood mage can do something. I'll go. Yes, it does. The blood mage just gets finished off right there, and it's gonna be a very heavy cost for the player down. Oh wait, where is that player? For Moonstar. All right, there you have it. Panda now teleported all the way back. We are still looking at an engagement, still raining down fire onto these units as they are attempting to just run back and around Demon Hunter, also with immolation, but also having invulnerability pot makes him very, very difficult to try and take out. All right, let's go ahead and take that down. Is the army ready to go? It looks like it is going to be knocking on this front door here any moment now. And once it knocks, it may just even kick the door down. As we see the top right-hand side of the map, only 2 creeps, some easy creeps. And now it really feels as though Panda is just taking his time to level up his hero enough to go ahead and finish off his opponent in one serious blow. All right, let's go ahead. Rifleman really engaging against that Archmage, or the Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter now pulling back as the Archmage casts some Blizzard down on them to try and slow them down even further. Archmage gets off from another easy shot, 2 easy shots, but is it going to be enough to really take down all of these poor peasants? The peasants are taking a lot of damage as, or not the peasants, the riflemen are actually taking a lot of damage, as well as all the riflemen are just continuing to back up into a very strange corner. There's a Stormbolt as the Panda now once again absorbed a bit too much damage. Here we are, there's another engagement as the Blizzard is going to absolutely just tear everything up here. It looks like whoever has the superior army should be able to win this. No more casters, the riflemen are there, the spellbreakers are there as well. And let's take a look at what's coming in from the other side. The mortar teams are coming in once again. All right, Dryads are now pushing over. There goes another Dryad. Another Dryad could be on its way out. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. No, not on its way as the Panda falls at level 3. Demon Hunter seen at level 3, down to 43 some odd hit points, and it barely escapes. So all of a sudden, the tables have turned again, and fighting with that home field advantage for Th000 and Infi really paid off. Their reinforcements came in much more quickly, allowing them to snowball their effort. All right, Archmage still running back, and I believe that is going to be the GG. JN and Moonstar giving up game number 2 after an interesting opening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.